Oh my God, there are just like no good guys out there. Everybody's terrible. Dating apps are the worst. Like every guy I meet is such an asshole. Like I just don't understand. Like I'm gonna be single forever because it's just so hard out there. You wanna know a secret where all the nice guys are? Yeah? Okay. Look around. They're everywhere, okay? They're the ones that you put in the friend zone. They're the ones on your dating app inbox that you've just ignored. They're the ones that have been repeatedly asking you out, but that you won't go out with because they don't make your stomach flip. Like that asshole traumatic guy that's unavailable, that's been stringing you along forever and that you can't let go of. So where's the real ownership that we have? It comes down to working on ourselves, getting over that toxic behavior so that we can see somebody for who they really are. Understanding that social media and the movies and everything has lied to you about what they believe a true relationship should look like. It's not as exciting as you think, but it can be secure and stable and wonderful. And there are amazing guys out there that would be a husband and a father and a friend to you. And you need to do the work so that you can wake up and actually see them.
It just feels like a never-ending cycle. The genuinely kind women often go after the men they can't have. The ones who end up leaving behind nothing but emotional scars and baggage.
Single girls, I need you to listen up. I just found man heaven.
Forget about bars and clubs. Your future husband is at the golf course. I already signed up to be coming here weekly. Happy husband hunting. Ladies, we got.
To start with, most of them aren't even looking for something real. They're just there to play around. Sitting on your phone won't attract anyone, and the next woman will say the same thing when your guy moves on. Stop acting desperate. Men can sense that energy instantly.
Why aren't men getting married anymore? It's not because they hate love or they're against love. It's because the system is actually stacked against them. In 1960, 72% of adults were married, and today it's barely 50%. And among men under 30, it's pretty much nowhere. Here's why. Divorce courts, they'll take all of the man's money, they'll take the kids, they'll take the house. 90% of child custody goes to women, and men pay millions in child support and alimony every year. Then there's the happy wife, happy life culture where men sacrifice everything to keep the peace. Meanwhile, if a man wants traditional roles, it's labeled as toxic. So men naturally ask themselves, what is the upside? And for a lot of guys, there isn't one. It's not that men in general hate commitment. They hate commitment to a system that is designed to punish them for existing. Till marriage becomes a partnership and not a legal liability, men will continue to keep saying, no thanks. Do you think men are right to walk away from the thought of marriage, or do you think that marriage is still...
Marriage today feels like stepping into a casino where you know you'll never win. You walk out empty-handed. It just isn't exciting or fulfilling anymore.
All right, so everybody keeps telling me there's all these wonderful men out there that'll take you on dates and buy you flowers and do sweet things for you. And everywhere I look, there's all these men on TikTok that are talking about how they would love that kind of opportunity with a woman and all of these things. And I don't seem to understand why I can't find them. Can someone point me in the right direction, please? Thank you.
Maybe the men you want don't meet your expectations, or maybe they've been broken by women who use them. After being taken advantage of a few times, many men just give up entirely.
Where are all the good men? If you a good man, please step to the front. And if you wondering about us good women, we're around. I mean, we probably at home. We'll come out, do what we got to do. We mind our own business, and then we right back at home. So if you happen to run into one of us good women, you better think fast, okay? Because it might be a missed opportunity.
We tried in our 20s, and now we're simply done. We'd rather live and die alone, peaceful and unbothered. It's really that simple.
As a single woman, I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that like all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside and doing exactly what I would want to do, which is like binge a show and like order and take out. Like why when I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all these like cute men who look like they have their head on their shoulders. They probably don't. Let's just be fucking real. But they're all like staying inside. Like, what I'm trying to do is text a girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of me cuddling into bed and binging all of Real Housewives, let's go out. Because I'm just hoping that one day, like, I meet my husband, like, meet cute randomly. Like, I gotta go out and do that, right? I have to, like, actually put myself out there. I have to actually do my makeup and, like, put on a cute outfit and do that, you know? Crazy concept. But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite. Hey, get out there. Please. Stop ordering takeout by your fucking self and wait for me to be there with you to do it, okay? Fuck, literally, I don't... Probably gonna run into a douchebag. Pray for me.
Men today are exhausted from giving their all while getting almost nothing back. They're expected to provide, protect, and lead, yet rarely receive appreciation or peace in return. Social media has inflated egos and drained authenticity. What men crave now is peace, softness, and loyalty, not competition or chaos. Until that balance returns, many will continue choosing solitude.
Why men these days don't want to get married. I'm going to go over this topic because I've seen it a lot. And ladies, before you come for me, realize that I'm going to do another video as well talking about why women want to get divorced because of the man. So follow me for that video. But in this video, I'm speaking about from a man's perspective why most men these days are not looking to get married as much as before. So the first problem that we have, which is a new age problem, is social media. Your girl, some girls, or most girls, are posting their body on social media, which is fine, you know, confidence, great. But the issue is there's a lot of girls that cross the line between posting too much for a man's liking. Because it's like no one wants their wife all over social media for everybody to see. I don't care what anybody has to say. A man does not want his wife's body and, you know, all these things on the internet for everybody to see. They just don't want it. The second problem is that most girls are just given all this attention and validation through social media because they're beautiful and young and all these things, and then it doesn't cause them to want to improve all the time because they're constantly being told that they're amazing, they're a queen, they're a princess, they're beautiful, all these things. You know, the harsh reality is someone has to be told things they don't want to hear to enable to improve. So a lot of girls now are just thinking that they're already queens to begin with and they don't need to improve, and that's just not attractive in the wife, you know. And the third problem, which I think is the biggest problem, which I'm noticing, which is so sad that the guys on this app are posting why they're frustrated, is that women are taking a lot but they're not giving as much, you know. They're caring for the guys in the beginning of the relationship and then it fades away, and then all they're worried about is taking care of the kids and they don't take care of their husband. You know, in my opinion, you know, your wife should crack you open a beer and give it to you when you're like stressed from a long day, or give you a massage, you know, because we have to take care of them as much as they have to take care of us too. And I find that just fades away, you know, and it goes both ways. I'm not saying one person has to treat the other one amazing, but both of you should be making each other feel better all the time. Then marriage is worth it. Of course marriage is not worth it if you're coming home busting your ass and your wife does nothing for you and doesn't make you feel good. You know, that's why guys don't want to get married, because we're putting in all this effort and we're still being men. We're still held accountable to be providers and protectors and everything. But the women are not held accountable to being nurturers, you know, and having a good feminine energy and taking care of the home space and bringing peace, not arguments, not aggression, peace in the house and relaxation and massages. That's what men want. Girls are not providing it, so that's why men are not, you know, wanting to get married. But you can't find a good girl. They are out there.
Men don't dream about marriage anymore. They enter it because that's what their partner wants. Many soon realize love alone isn't enough. The freedom and spark fade, replaced by duty and loss of self. Older men now warn the younger ones. Stay single, protect your peace. Marriage feels less like partnership and more like surrender.
We just don't have a lot of faith in it. We don't. A lot of times when we get married, it's because our woman wants to get married. Let's just put it on the table. Most men don't wake up aspiring to be in a marriage. That's just not how that goes. Is we dating a woman, we love this woman, we can't picture life without this woman. She values marriage highly. We cool with it. Okay, let's go on and get married. A lot of times when we talk to people who've been married that long, a lot of times they bitter within their own goddamn marriage. Let's just put it on the table. You got guys saying, hey, man, you stay single as long as you can, man. When you're getting this, all that's going to die down. All that little fun stuff y'all do, that's over with. That's the narrative that a lot of men is getting, right? It's not the, hey, man, this is how you navigate through that. Now, y'all can still be happy, but you got to do this. You got to do that. You got to communicate. You got to be on the same page. You got to leave your ego at the door. That's not the tutelage that a lot of us is getting. So a lot of us got to find that out the hard way.
Divorce today feels like legalized robbery. If you knew that 60% of parachutes wouldn't open, would you still jump? Probably not. And that's how men view marriage now.
Thank you all for sharing your stories, your perspectives, your thoughts on this. I've learned a lot in the past 7 hours, and in fact, I have done nothing but read comments for the last 3, and I actually can't keep up with them anymore. So I wanted to just give a read back on what it is I'm hearing so that you know you're heard. I think this is how green screens work. I'm new to TikTok. I don't know. This is my masterful diagram, and you can go ahead and make fun of me for it because I know you're going to anyway. Nothing particularly surprised me in the responses except for dismissal. This one was really eye-opening, and we'll go from left to right, so bookmark that for a moment. Overall, thank you for providing a very clear answer to my question, and it also left me with another question, a bigger question, which I'll save until the end. But the overarching consensus is that it's not worth it. It's not worth it. There is a low return on investment. The risk to reward profile is not worth it, especially because 50% of marriages end in divorce, and that is particularly unfavorable to men because 50% of assets, the court system skews more toward women, especially when it comes to things like child custody. Hand in hand with divorce was betrayal and heartbreak, and there were a lot of stories of people who had been cheated on, stories of men who their person, their wife, their girlfriend just got up and left. And so this was kind of within the context of a relationship, but then there was also this, which is just the general dynamic between men and women. So men feeling as though women hate men, men feeling rejected by women, and then men feeling dismissed, but specifically like around them trying to voice their opinions or their feelings and women just dismissing it. And what I found really interesting about that is that that's exactly what was happening in some of the comments. I will say very few women actually commented, even though they were watching and liking the video, and I think that's because we're listening. But there were absolutely some strays in the comments invalidating men's experiences and feelings. Within the last hour, more and more people were bringing up things relating to traditional values. And so I think what happened is TikTok started to push this more toward conservative Christian. And so people were talking more about the shift, we'll say, in Western values. I also find it super funny that the first video that kind of did some numbers the other day, it got pushed mostly to women and liberal. And today this got pushed entirely toward men for obvious reasons, but also conservative, like two totally different swaths of people. And I love that. I love that because I think we all need to get along better. And on that note, the undercurrent in all of this is fear. There's other things mixed up in there too, right? But it's interesting to me that fear underpins a lot of this, and it's the same thing for women, which tells me that, hey, we're not so different at the end of the day. And while this has answered my question regarding how men feel about marriage, it's given rise to a whole new question, which is, how do we heal the rift? Because I get that marriage is not essential and we can all find happiness and fulfillment and peace in our own company, and that's a wonderful thing. And at the same time, I feel like we're not actually happy with the state of things, especially judging by like the anger and the grief in the comments. So I don't know. I don't have any solutions.
Men have stopped explaining themselves. Their actions say it all. Marriage now seems more like a trap than teamwork. They give everything only to end up hurt, dismissed, or betrayed. Society mocks their pain. The system punishes their trust, and women label it as growth. It's not fear, it's realization. Men have finally learned their worth and chosen to walk away. That's all for today, brothers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay focused on your purpose. Thanks for watching MGTOW Voice. Show us your love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Support us and help spread awareness for men around the world. We welcome a healthy debate and discussion, so feel free to comment and share your thoughts.